Raiden. Raiden, my old friend.
Master Boraicho, I am pleased to see you. It has been many years.
Too long. Yes, too long. We old warriors need to stick together, eh?
Most certainly. I presume recent circumstances precipitate your arrival.
Yes. I'm concerned that Shinnok may return. I've been trying to contact you. I feared the worst.
When Kano misappropriated Shinnok's amulet, he left behind a snare. Disabling it required that I travel to many strange realms. I must retire to the Jinsei chamber, regain my strength.
You are close to recovering it then. Shinnok's amulet?
I do not know. Disabling Kano's snare demanded my full attention. Once I am rejuvenated, I will confer with General Blade.
If only we could have destroyed Shinnok during the last war. If only he were mortal. Such beauty, like gazing upon the Elder Gods themselves.
I hold out hope that we can turn this crisis to our advantage.
How so?
Quan Chi's magic binds the souls of many we hold dear. Capture him, and we can force him to release them.
Liu Kang and Kung Lao restored. I suppose it is possible.
As long as Quan Chi lives. I've long regretted losing our comrades' souls to Netherrealm's evil. Kung Lao and Liu Kang, they were like sons. I would move the heavens to bring them back to the light.
It is as Master Boraicho said. The Shaolin Masters are aboard that ship.
Boraicho said 2 ships.
The other has disembarked. We need to determine its destination.
They will talk. I will see to it.
No extraordinary means, Kung Lao.
They raided the Wuxi Academy, killed Master Wen.
Even with Tarkatans, there are boundaries we do not cross.
Yes, Lord Raiden.
I still cannot believe Shao Kahn would order such a brazen attack.
It demonstrated Earthrealm's vulnerability. Shao Kahn knew we would have no choice but to agree to a new tournament.
Liu Kang defeated Shang Tsung. He will beat Shao Kahn.
In good time, Kung Lao. First we free the Shaolin.
All are aboard? This one leaves with the tide.
We are ready.
Shao Kahn demands the hostages be unharmed.
Their wounds are not fatal.
I would hope, Baraka. For your sake.
For yours as well. If you harm them, you answer to me.
Tarkatans are beaten so easily.
Empalahe, Baraka.
Empty threats, Raiden. You will not see the tournament.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Mortal Kombat X for the Loser Lounge. Alright, so Chapter 10, we're taking control of Raiden. So, aka the God of Thunder, Protector of Earthrealm, and one of the most iconic characters in the franchise alongside Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Raiden first debuted in the original Mortal Kombat games and has been a major recurring character throughout the series, serving more like a guide to the Earthrealm champions against invaders, which were most notably Shao Kahn. Like he mentioned in his cutscene with Boraicho, amongst the Earthrealm champions, he has the most, I want to say, affinity with Liu Kang and Kung Lao, seeing them as sons since he is mostly responsible for, you know, guiding them on their path to becoming Shaolins and eventually fulfilling their destinies and whatnot, keeping them on the path of light. And unfortunately, towards the end of Mortal Kombat 9, when they both perished, they were unfortunately taken to the Nether Realm. At least their souls were, and then they were eventually, turned into revenants as you've seen throughout this game. But we'll get our boys back in Mortal Kombat 11 when it comes time for that. So, while being a god, Raiden being a god, there are other statuses higher than it, which he has attained when he defeated Shinnok multiple times. Since Shinnok was a fallen elder god, when he defeated him multiple times, he basically gained that rank for himself. So, that was in the prior timeline though. I'm not sure if he's still considered one now in the current timeline. I'm pretty sure he is, I'm just not 100%. And we've already gone over Baraka in the beginning.
You will return to the wastes with no prize. Step aside.
What's wrong here? Such power. What are you, Raiden?
I am of truth and light. I protect Earthrealm.
This one cares not for Earthrealm, and worships no gods.
Alright, so much like Baraka, we've already gone over Divorce, so that's honestly what happens towards like the final chapters of this game, when we've gone over pretty much everyone that we've come across, and really the only characters we need to cover are the ones we're in control of, since they're the only ones left to really talk about. So chapter 11, we take control of Jackie Briggs, and the final chapter will be at Cassie Cage. So those are the last two remaining characters we have left to cover, and the last two chapters we have until we finish the game. And I'm really looking forward to this finally being over. I recorded all this footage such a long time ago. Now really it's just me finding the time to actually do the voiceover work for the last few episodes to get them knocked out of the way. The first 8 went by really quickly. It's the last ones that were just really dragging on. Just because I do have other stuff I was trying to take care of and do, because I've been really lax on working on things outside of Loser Lounge on my own channel that really I haven't touched in a while now. But I digress. I do need to start thinking on what game we want to do next. I know Julian and the gang are talking about finding some new game for us to do together. It's just a matter of getting a group consensus of what it actually is going to be and us actually getting it. But nonetheless, I will still try my best to make sure we still have videos coming up on the channel in a timely manner so that you guys still have things to watch while we decide on what we're going to do as a group. Anyway, we're almost about done. Raiden's playstyle is actually really tricky in my terms, so that's why this fight took me about multiple times to actually get it down.
When a god speaks, heed him.
They were not so vexing. All sneers and growls.
Let us free those aboard this vessel. Then you will find the second ship.
Where will you go, Lord Raiden?
The tournament begins soon. Join me as soon as you are able.
We will succeed, Lord Raiden.
Of that, I am certain. Rachel.
Yet another of your allies falls to me. When he dies, I will claim his soul.
You know not his power. His soul cannot be subjugated.
Shall we kill him, Lord Shinnok?
Not yet. He will bear witness as I conquer his realm. Then I will imprison him as he did me.
I would not boast of victory prematurely.
I have already won, Raiden.
Kung Lao, desist!
I serve Shinnok and the Netherrealm.
Because Shao Kahn murdered you.
Something you allowed to happen. I will not be so passive in your demise.
In all fairness, Kung Lao's death was completely his own fault. If he wasn't too busy showboating just because he got a good win off, he wouldn't have had his neck snapped. But I digress, that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, I really like dislike his Revenant look. I don't know why. It's it does its job. It's menacing, but it's like kind of, it's weird, to be honest. It's kind of like disgusting. Like, how come Liu Kang got to keep his luscious locks, but Kung Lao, when he turns into a Revenant, he got to get rid of all the hair. He just becomes Chrome Dome over here. And speaking as a fellow Chrome Dome, I take that personally. Like, come on, give my man his hair back. We don't need to take that away from us too. He already got the hat, might as well get the hair to come with the hat. Alright, so round 2. Like I mentioned before, Raiden's playstyle really is like weird to me and hard for me to really grasp and get a hold of. And because I was too stubborn to like really stop and like learn the controls, it was really evident here because I did this match several times until I actually ended up winning. Because Kung Lao kept doing this shit to me, where he kept on grabbing me and doing that weird throw, and then teleporting everywhere, getting on my goddamn nerves. Like, honestly, I had a hard time finding a way to counter it. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was probably heavy button mashing, like hoping to get a good string on him so he would stop hitting me. And to my surprise, it finally worked. On like the 7th attempt.
You deserved a better fate. This is not your destiny, Liu Kang.
More visions, Raiden? Do you still see the future?
The visions are gone, but I know what should be.
I was put here by your hand.
An accident, which haunts me to this day.
I should thank you. You freed me. The Elder Gods you blindly serve. I will help Shinnok end their rule.
Alright, so that reference was in, that quote was in reference to the Mortal Kombat 9 plotline where Raiden had a vision, which he got from the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which did the whole reboot, because then when he sent back to his past self, he decided to do everything differently so he could avoid the future that he saw that was leading up to these choices and whatnot, and tried his best to navigate it in a different direction to still keep it on the right path, but to make sure like all this bad shit wasn't going to happen towards the end, which is why Kung Lao ended up fighting Shao Kahn when he wasn't supposed to. Sub-Zero ended up getting cyberized when he wasn't supposed to. Instead, Smoke was freed from that, and a whole bunch of other small changes throughout the series that if you're a deep Mortal Kombat fan, you noticed them all in 9. Honestly, I cannot begin to tell you what each and every change was and how it affected it. I know about some of them, I cannot say I know all of them. But, like I said, in this one, essentially, like with 9 being the reboot, this one follows a different timeline. This is now the second timeline that we are most commonly referring to now in terms of the series with 9, 10, 11 going forward, and probably 12 too if we get a new one, because I don't see them having to change anything anytime soon. And he actually got me. I was so close though. He had a very small slither of health left, but now I gotta get into this fight again and get Liu Kang back down. So the most notable attack that Liu Kang does that is so annoying, like, oh my god, I cannot begin to emphasize how annoying this move is. Bicycle kick, and it even gets more annoying when he freaking enhances that shit, because then it goes even further. Like, just a regular one can get you like a good about halfway across the screen, and when he does it again, you're damn near almost at the very edge of the other screen, and it's like ridiculous. But anyway, that's it for Raiden's chapter. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I regret our paths have led here. You will not defile the Jinsei, Shinnok.
We have battled for eons, Raiden. Now, finally, it ends.
Tremble before me, Elder Gods, as I absorb Earthrealm's power.
No, Shinnok. Even now, others come to defeat you.